Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about top 10 most watched original Netflix movies of all time. Who would have thought a few years ago that a streaming service would make a lot of successful movies? Well, that's exactly what Netflix did. So let's take a look at these movies, starting with number 10. The Platform. This movie is very unique, following a story of a prison where inmates on the high floors eat better than those below. There is one man who will try to make a change so everyone gets enough. A very interesting storyline makes this movie very enjoyable to watch, and if you're a fan of the horror, sci-fi, or thriller genre, this movie might be just for you. This has proven to be a very successful movie on Netflix as it was watched by 56 million people. Next movie we have is The Wrong Missy, released in 2020. This movie follows the character of Tim, who thinks he invited the woman of his dreams on a work retreat to Hawaii, realizing too late that he's mistakenly texted someone else from a nightmare blind date. Now listen, this movie is definitely not a masterpiece, as it was nominated 3 times for the Razzie Awards. And even though with a cast like David Spade and Lauren Lapkus, this movie regardless was very successful on Netflix, getting around 59 million views. Wow. Next one we have is The Triple Frontier. Now if you're a fan of those military movies in which you have action, adventure, and crime, this movie might be for you. The movie follows 5 friends and former special forces operatives who reunite to take down a South American drug lord. Their actions against him will unleash a chain of unintended consequences. In comparison to the previous movie, this movie was actually nominated for 3 awards. For the People's Choice Award, IGN Award, as well as Co-LA. This movie is starred by the legendary Ben Affleck, as well as the Mandalorian, aka Pedro Pascal, so it's definitely worth a watch. And with 63 million views, it proved to be very successful on Netflix. Next movie we have is The Irishman. Now if you're a fan of the Italian mafia movies that were very popular in the last 2 decades, this movie might be just for you. This movie follows a man called Frank Sheeran, or the Irishman, and his journey as the loyal member of the Buffalino crime family. It shows a day-to-day work of the mafia mobster and how life was back then, also revealing the possible end of Jimmy Hoffa. And this movie is full of movie stars, with actors like Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, and many more. This movie was nominated for over 400 awards, and with the director like Martin Scorsese, it is definitely not a surprise that it amassed to 64 million views on Netflix. Next one we have is The Old Guard. The Old Guard has proven to be a hit movie on Netflix, amassing around 72 million views. The movie follows 4 people who cannot die. They are warriors who protected humanity for centuries, but now they become targeted for their mysterious powers by an evil corporation. The Old Guard, starred by Charlize Theron, is definitely worth a watch if you're looking for a fun action adventure movie. Next movie we have is Murder Mystery. It follows a New York cop and his wife that go on a European vacation to reinvigorate the spark in their marriage, but end up getting framed and on the run for the death of an elderly billionaire. This movie, starred by Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston, is one of those classic comedy movies, and it has been proven to be a success on Netflix, getting around 73 million views. Because of the huge success of his movies, Adam Sandler was offered by Netflix over $100 million to create more movies. We have talked about this in our previous video. Check that video out in the description or above. Next movie we have is 6 Underground. After faking his death, a tech billionaire recruits a team of international operatives for a bold and bloody mission to take down a brutal dictator. This movie is starred by Ryan Reynolds. Even though Ryan Reynolds has amazing movies, this movie wasn't so popular with the critics. In a way, this movie takes our 4th spot as one of the most viewed films on Netflix, with over 83 million views. Number 3, Spencer Confidential. In this movie, Spencer, an ex-cop and ex-con, teams up with an aspiring fighter, Hawk, to uncover a sinister conspiracy tied to the deaths of 2 Boston police officers. The character of Spencer is portrayed by the legendary actor Mark Wahlberg. It has proven to be a huge success on Netflix, getting around 85 million views, making this movie extremely profitable even though the critics didn't like it as much. Our second place we have Bird Box. This movie amassed over 89 million views on Netflix. The movie follows a world where 5 years after an ominous unseen presence drives most of the societies to suicide, a survivor and her 2 children make a desperate bid to reach safety. In comparison to some other movies, this horror sci-fi movie actually won some awards, with the cast of Sandra Bullock as the main character of the mother. To a lot of movie critics, she did a very good job, and we all know it's very hard to please those critics. And now for our number 1 spot. Extraction. This movie, starred by Chris Hemsworth, will definitely be awesome for people who love action movies. And this one is just that. It follows the story of an operative who is sent to Bangladesh to rescue a drug lord's kidnapped son. And with a star like Chris Hemsworth, it is not a surprise that this movie became so popular, amassing over 99 million views on Netflix. So if you're looking for a classic action movie, look no further than The Extraction. Now, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. We wish you a wonderful day, and until next time, bye bye.